All right, so let's talk about Craigslist. So yay or nay? What's your opinion of Craigslist?
Kind of in the middle. I've had one excellent experience and then a lot of non-experiences. I've read some genuinely hilarious postings that could possibly be real because you can't make things up. I think that there's a whole creepy aspect, well, I should say I know there's a whole creepy aspect to it.
Well, that's absolutely correct.
But what about you?
I'm so in the middle on Craigslist. It's you can't tell who's legit. I think 90% of people are there to waste your time. But I mean, you have I think three different categories. You have instruments. Are you going to purchase or sell an instrument on Craigslist?
Okay.
You have meeting up with different musicians, and also you have the lessons portion of it. So. Should we talk about instruments? I don't know what you've purchased on.
I have not made a purchase through Craigslist, so I really can't talk much on that.
Now, is that because when people sell saxophones, they spell it incorrectly and they'll put saxophone?
That definitely helps. I mean, for me, I feel like it's a lot harder to come across good merchandise for my instrument.
I don't think you understand it, though. My kid only played it like 2 times. It's, just needed new pads.
Well, a majority of the articles that I happen to see that they're selling a saxophone, not besides whether they spell it correctly or not, they never say exactly what the model is.
It's always by Selmer.
Which could be, a whole bunch of different things.
I feel woodwinds. Every so often you'll see someone selling a good quality horn or trumpet, and you're always like, I wonder who this guy is. Just because it's like, I probably know who this is.
I mean, for me, if I'm buying instruments at this point over something like that, I would probably go on Facebook. There's a group I'm a member of, and they have you need to pass so many things in order to even post your ad.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the way I would go. I did once inquire on a classical guitar because I'm like, this seems like a really good deal. The guy seemed reasonable. I text the guy, he never texts me back. No clue what happened. I find it creepy in general. Also. And I realize there are pickers or people like that who will just sell whatever. I always find people are selling like $10 guitar stands that you would get from Guitar Center on like a sale, and you get them from even $6.99, and they always sell them for like $25. And I don't know. There's nobody who's saying, "Oh wow, that's a great deal on that guitar stand," when you can get the same one for. It's weird. Actually, I was talking the. Lesson studio where I teach at. I was saying to the guy, I'm surprised more lesson studios don't act as an intermediary, where it's I will hold your guitar, and then people from Craigslist can come in, try out the instrument, and then
charge like a fee for
and charge like a consignment fee. So let me take all the creeps off your hand. Music, or musicians. What about that section?
I mean, for me, when I first got out of school, it took a while until I was gainfully employed, like many people in our generation. So I was on Craigslist a lot looking for potential gigs. One of which we are playing a show tonight, and we are there once or twice a month even.
Yep, that worked out.
It pays well. We get to take a break in the middle whenever we think is appropriate.
The people are very pleasant.
They're fine with the type of music that we play. It's literally the best gig that I have signed up for, and it's regular. So you can have excellent experiences. I found that on Craigslist. A lot of the gigs I looked into were not good. Or not even happening. So
was the Atlantic City Marathon?
Was it
Worlds? Oh man, or was that Facebook? Long story short, so we're in a kind of a fusionish death metal meets jazz group, and we took that gig at the Atlantic City Marathon. Yeah. We ended up getting to the gig at 8 in the morning because it was a marathon. You can play for the marathon runners, and there was no contact there. It was probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever experienced. Nobody knew what was going on. No one was. I can't figure it out. I just can't figure out that. And I feel like that's what you get on Craigslist. That was even some guy posted, I'm putting together a flamenco group, and it's going to be kind of a corporate thing. And I'm like, I need a legitimate percussionist and a second guitarist. And I'm like, okay, I could do that. And that has some legs to actually get some gigs and be fun to play. And Yeah, we got together. We got together like 2 times, and then a bass player was in. The bass player was really good. And then I'm like, oh, actually, we had a Joe's girlfriend, who's an excellent singer. And the guy just flaked. I mean, he just disappeared like he was going to the witness protection program. Like he was Henry Hill or something like that. And then like 2 weeks later was like, hey, sorry guys, I didn't respond back to you. And I just remember the bass player was like, yeah, well, I mean, we kind of saw that coming when you didn't return any calls for like 2 weeks. Wasted an entire summer, but yeah.
I feel that Craigslist is entirely, it's about the people who sign up for it. Are they creepy? Are they legit? Are they not legit? Do they have a good product? Do they know what they're talking about? So it's not really Craigslist itself. It's so who happens to be posting, and you need to look into, are they giving a lot of information in their ad? Can you look it up? Can you get a background on what they do?
Yeah.
But we're going to have an ongoing series. Occasionally, John will dig up an interesting Craigslist ad, and just to talk about it. And I could think of a few that he sent me in the past that would be good to comment on. So
I wish I still had the air drumming guy.
I wish I had a pay saxophone guy to be annoying every morning.
Oh, that was a good one.
But we could talk about those in the future. So if you have any special Craigslist experiences you would like to tell us about, please comment below.
Yeah,
like and subscribe.
Yeah, if they're if they're
there's so many.
They're out there, and we all know you have Craigslist stories, but that's pretty much it. We'll talk about the creepy bass dude another time. I'll have to figure out how to clean it up for our podcast because it's creepy.